Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous aviez un bon week-end. Je voudrais vous donner quelques informations sur les renseignements sur les devoirs et les quiz pour cette semaine. Hi everyone, I hope you had a great weekend. I want to give you some information about our assignments that are due this week. So if you remember in our continuous learning plan, you have this slide that tells you the assignments that will be collected for points and their due dates. So for this week, we have two assignments. We have the lesson 7 and 8 Passé Composé with être, wiser me worksheet, and you have your irregular past participle bell ringer quiz that's going to be done on Edulastic. So once you have found that information, then there's on the next slides of the PowerPoint a couple of more detailed explanations. So for anything that's in a different color font, those are the things that are going to be due. So first things first, you want to continue to study and review your lesson 7 and 8 vocabulary. And that's on a Quizlet. You also want to continue to study and review your irregular past participles. Again, that's a Quizlet. Reread or review your lesson 7 and 8 notes, specifically slides 3 through 5. And then you're going to complete this lesson 7 to 8, Passé Composé with être, wiser me worksheet. Continue memorizing your list of verbs that use être as their helper verb with the song Hi Ho, Hi Ho. And then you will take the irregular past participle quiz on Edulastic. So the next slide in our PowerPoint is here, and this is posted in your Google Classroom, but it just reminds you that that worksheet is due on April 14th. Remember, everything's technically due on Friday, but these due dates are kind of guidelines for you. The only ones that are solid are the ones that are on Edulastic, because there's just a window of when those when the quiz is open on Edulastic. So on April 16th, that's Thursday, the window is from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and your password is quarantined, and it has to have that capital Q. Again, all of this is in your Google Classroom as well as the Google Calendar. If you forgot how to log on to Edulastic, there is some information that you can click on here that reminds you. I also just sent you an email asking you to do a practice accent mark quiz just to make sure that you can log on and you can get into Edulastic and you're not having any problems. So that way we can hopefully head off any issues before you take this bell ringer quiz over the irregular past participles. All right, so let's go take a look at our Google Classroom. Remember, once you get to Google Classroom, you go to the center tab of classwork and scroll all the way down to lesson 7 and 8. The assignments are numbered, so you've already done assignment 1. Assignment 2 is the Passé Composé with être, wiser me worksheet. So it's here, and when you click on the link there and log in with your M account, then you will find the worksheet there to complete, and you're going to turn that in on you submitted on Wiser Me, but then you need to come back here and mark the assignment complete so that I know to go check Wiser Me and get your score entered. And your irregular past participles Quizlet is here for you to practice those irregular past participles, and the bell ringer quiz information is here. Again, you are logging on to Edulastic for that. Here's the reminder of how to log on to Edulastic, and here's the password quarantined, and it's only open from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So let's go back to this Wiser Me worksheet and see, make sure that you understand how to do the worksheet. So once you've logged into Wiser Me, all of the worksheets that have been assigned to you are going to kind of be listed here. So we're looking at this lesson 7 to 8, Passé Composé with être worksheet. I want to do that worksheet. And for some reason, when I click on it, it sometimes has me log in again. I'm not sure why. So first section, The directions say in lessons 7 to 8, we'll continue to work on the learning progression of the passé composé. In lesson 6 that we did together when we were in class, we used avoir as our helper verb. But in lessons 7 to 8, we're using être. So we are practicing first our conjugation of être. So I know that je goes with suis. So I'm going to drag my line down to suis. And I need to do that for all of them, of course. Then this next section is asking you to give the past participles for the following verbs. And you should note that all of these verbs use être as their helper verb. And remember to place the accent marks on the letters that require them. Some of them are regular past participles, like aller is an ER verb and it's regular, so A-L-L-E accent aigu. But mourir, for example, is an irregular, so it's not like the regular IR verbs. It has an irregular past participle, mort, so I would fill that in. And then finally, you are, I'm sorry, not finally, but the next section is reminding you from your notes the biggest difference between passé composé with avoir and passé composé with être is that the past participle of être verbs must agree in gender and number with the subjects of the sentence. So we're going to sort these past participles based on their endings, if the subject would be feminine singular, feminine plural, masculine singular, masculine plural. So venir is my first verb, venu is the past participle, and I see that it has an E on the end, so that's going to tell me that it's feminine singular. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to click on it and click on feminine singular. Aller doesn't have any extra endings on it, so that tells me that it's masculine singular. Naître, the past participle né. I see an extra E and an extra S, so that tells me it's feminine and plural. So I'm going to put that in the feminine plural column. So you're going to go ahead and go through all of those and sort them. And then your last section is to complete the story with the given verbs. Be sure to conjugate the verbs in passé composé. Remember that each verb must have a helper verb and past participles must agree with the subject of the sentence. So all of these are être helper verbs. So I know my first line is going to be my form of être. La semaine passée, maman. Last week, my mother went to the hospital with papa. And so I need to change aller into a past participle, and then I have to make it agree with maman, which is feminine singular. And so she went to the hospital with papa. Papa, I need my helper verb. Devenir has an irregular past participle, devenu. And since my subject is papa, masculine singular, I don't need to add anything else to my past participle. Papa became nervous. So once you've completed everything on the worksheet, you're going to click Hand In, and then you are going to go back to your Google Classroom, and you're going to go to that Wiser Me assignment and mark your assignment complete so that I know that you've done it and I can check for your score and add it. Just one last quick reminder, everything's posted on our Google Classroom calendar. We are, for French 2, the turquoise colors. So this is just your reminder of things that you need to review and practice. And this one is your assignment. That's the Wiser Me worksheet that we just talked about. And then on Thursday, again, your reminder of what you should continue to study and your bell ringer quiz information that's here for you as well. I hope that you have a great week. We do have our whole class meeting on Tuesday at noon. You should have received an email invitation. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.